Hi, Metamorphosis. It's me, your teacher, Sister Monica. I just wanted to reach out to you all today to let you know that I am thinking about each one of you and that I am praying for you and that I miss you all. Sister Peggy and I have been texting each other and communicating, and I know she feels the exact same way as I do. We've come to a place where we really have gotten closer to you all. We really care about each one of you all, and we really want the best for you all. We want to be there for you. So we just want to offer ourselves during this time. If you all need to talk, if you need to pray with somebody, if you need to vent, if you just want to have, you're just bored, you want to talk to somebody, please, ask your parents to reach out to us and we can communicate with you over the phone. We can have a video chat, or we can do texting, or we can do a phone call. But we want to be able to let you know that we're there for you throughout this whole transition that we're going through right now. As our church stays closed down for a while, I know that we're going to start missing each other. We're going to start missing church services and missing our time together that we have during class. But just rest assured that we will meet again. It'll be hopefully soon. Hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be able to come back to church and everything will be back to normal, or as normal as we can imagine. Right now I know that you all are probably still enjoying your extended spring break. A lot of you all are just, at home doing chores, playing video games, spending time with your families, whatever you're doing. I hope that you're just enjoying this time off. I know that next week you all will begin your online classes for school, so be ready for that. Make sure that you're obeying your parents. Make sure that you're helping out around your house. Don't get lazy. Don't get unproductive. Stay productive. And I want to remind you about the things we've been learning the past few months. I want to talk to you all about our identity in Christ. We talked about this for the past couple of months, and I wanted to just make sure that you don't forget. There's a reason why we learn these lessons. All that we're going through right now in our world, I hope that you will take those lessons and remember what you learned, because that's the stuff we have to hold on to. That's the stuff that's in our hearts and it's in our minds. Nobody can take that from you. And so going back to lesson number 1, we talked about creation and how we are made in God's image. Lesson number 2, we talked about Adam and Eve and how our world became broken by sin. Week number 3, we talked about Paul and the conversion that he had in his life from Saul to Paul, how he used to hate Christians, but then he became one of the strongest ones in history. Week 4, we talked about the vine and the branches. We talked about how Jesus is the vine, we are the branches, and how what kind of fruit are we producing? What kind of example are we leading? Week number 5, we talked about the 3 lost items. We talked about the lost coin, the lost sheep, and the lost son. I told you all about how it doesn't matter how far you get from God. When you come back to God, He will always take you back, just the same way that the Father took the Son back. That's how Jesus comes with us. He will take us back with open arms when we come back to Him. Week 6, we talked about Peter and how he denied Jesus. We talked about how Jesus even knew that Peter was going to deny Him 3 times. Peter said, "No, I will never do that to you." And then look what happened. Week 7, we talked about the fruits of the Spirit. We talked about those different fruits. They were love, gentleness, self-control, goodness, joy, kindness, faithfulness, patience, and peace. And we talked about how we need to implement those fruits into our lives, and we have to be able to show that kind of stuff. When people see us, they should be able to look at those fruits in our lives and know that we're real. We're bound to Jesus, and He has changed us. And week 8, finally, we got to the armor of God. We talked about how we got to protect ourselves from the enemy, from the things that come against us in our lives. We talked about the belt of truth, breastplate of righteousness, shoes of peace, shield of faith, helmet of salvation, and sword of the Spirit. So I want to encourage you all to remember those things. Remember what you all have learned for the past couple of months and implement that stuff into your lives right now. If you want a Bible, please reach out to me. I will find a way to get a Bible delivered to your home. I also encourage you to start journaling during this time. Use your daily breads. If you never got one, ask your parents to get you a daily bread, even if it's an old one. It doesn't have to be the one from right now. Find an old daily bread in your house and use it as a way for you to keep devotionals with you and Jesus. Read those devotionals, read those verses that it gives you, and journal. Like, write down your thoughts. Write down what you're feeling right now. If right now you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling fear, if you're feeling worried about what's going on in the world, write it down. If you're feeling happy because you don't care about what's going on in the world, you're just enjoying your time off, write it down. Whatever you're feeling right now, journal it. Because you know what? It's going to happen in about another year, when all this mess is all gone away and we're back to normal. I want you to look at those journals. Treat it like a little time capsule. I want you to look at it and just treat it like a little time capsule where you're writing down your thoughts. And then next year at this time, you can go back and you can go read those journals and see how you changed in 1 year, how your mentality changed in 1 year, how your heart changed in 1 year. Above all things, I want to encourage you all to get close to God right now. I know we've had a lot of discussions about God and your relationship with God. A lot of you all don't even have a relationship with God. And I want you to really, really think about that during this time that we're not together. Think about where God fits into your life. Think about your identity in Christ. I love you so much. I am praying for you, each one of you, name after name. Praying for the things going on in your lives. And just know that I am here for you. And I love you all very much. May God bless you and your families. Bye-bye.